here at Paul Sparkes, promoter of Floorplay. You're a promoter but also a resident DJ of Floorplay, so you have two roles, so tell me about it.
It's a lot of hard work. The organising the parties, obviously it's a monthly party we do at Club NL. We decided to do a one-off Sunday matinee show with Danny Howells today, and we have some big plans for the future. Floorplay's been running at Club NL Amsterdam for 2 years. We just had our 2-year anniversary. We're bringing a lot of sort of name talent, well, mostly underground talent really, but we've started to move into the realms of bigger DJs. But of course, being resident DJ as well, it's hard work as well, because you're keeping an eye on everything and the flow of the night and the door and the bar and the vibe, and obviously you have to play as well, so it's a bit hectic. But yeah, that's my two roles. Yeah.
Today, Danny Howells. What decided you to bring him over just before ADE starts?
I've known Danny for many years actually. I just think he's just a brilliant talent, you know, musically and also personality-wise. He's very spontaneous and he has a way of connecting with the audience in a very unique way, and he can bring the whole room up with his energy. So yeah, that's why Danny was top of our list to bring in. But we have a few more ideas for more DJs, but you know, you'll have to keep an eye on that for the future, you know.
Yeah, so no secret revealing today, because you just told that there are big plans for Floorplay. Yeah. So no secret.
You have to keep an eye on floorplay.nl for the updates, you know.
So we're not getting it out of you today.
Not today.
Okay, okay. Hey, also a long history of radio for you. You did several things, but what does radio do for you?
I think radio is a good way to get the music out overseas to people, you know, with the internet. People that can't get to see you in a club, maybe people that are too young or too old or just don't want to go to a club. You know, they can just download the podcast or listen in live to the shows we do. I'd like to think my music is accessible enough to be listened to in the car or in the office, or you know, on the way to work, or as people are going out working out, whatever. So radio is really good for that, and the fact that I do a few voiceovers and interviews, and you know, like a record of the week and a classic track, it kind of makes it a bit more personalised than just a 2-hour mix. That it can be good, but it can get boring. So yeah, I'd like to think it's another channel to get the message out of what we're doing, really.
Yeah, you have actually a lot of different faces. You're a radio DJ, a voiceover, a journalist, a promoter, DJ yourself. Why all that? Is that the full package for you?
I think if you look at, there are certain DJs, you look at them and they really are just DJs, and there's other people that are more the studio side of things, so they just work in the studio. They're genius talents in the studio. So the fact that I do so many things is probably a lack of talent in one specific area, possibly. Maybe I'm being a bit too self-depreciating here, but I just was brought up to work really, really hard and to connect with people as much as I could. And I think that we're all in this industry together, and we should all help each other and all work together and use our talents. And yeah, it is a lot and it can get tiring, but yeah, it's a good way of expanding your network. And I don't know, it's just the way I've always been, really. Man of hopefully many talents.
Yeah, because you're keeping yourself updated too with technology. You're also doing a DVG show?
Correct. Yes, correct. Yeah, we sort of launched it about a year ago. We had some backing from Pioneer. So we've taken that to the US. We did 3 gigs in the US, Seattle, San Diego and Tampa, Florida. So with the huge visuals behind the DJ, it was quite effective. I think it's something that works better in a really big club or a festival than a smaller night. It's more for the show, and it just gives an extra dimension. But you really need to see it, you know, in the big thing. But I think we could. It's something that I want to develop more. I'm not quite sure how or where, but yeah, I would say watch this space. You know, we have some ideas, but we're just kind of fine-tuning it, really.
What's your connection with Ferry Corsten's label?
Ferry, yeah, I had a couple of tracks out on Left Recordings last year, which of course is Ferry's label. I'm trying to remember the name of the track. Weekender and Langard, I think we had. And yeah, he plays our tracks on his radio show, Corsten's Countdown. And there's a few other ways which we're looking to work together. I'm not quite sure totally how, but yeah, Ferry's been a great support to what we're doing, so it's exciting, yeah.
I think for a lot of people, fairy style is called trance, if you want to put a label on it. I just spoke to Danny about this, labeling DJs. Your sound is a little bit deeper into progressive almost. So why the combination Ferry Corsten and Paul Sparkes?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, to be fair, the tracks didn't come out on his Flashover label, which is more trance. It came out on Aleph Recordings, which caters for a little bit deeper. But yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I'm certainly not a trance DJ at all, but yeah, Ferry just really liked the tracks, and he has, of course, the the power of the his position in the industry to help sell the units and to push our tracks. But we've had a number of tracks out since that on Alter Image Records New York, and I've got a bunch of new stuff, a new sound actually for 2010. So we're looking for a home for a number of tracks, but. Yeah, keep an eye on the online, and you'll see. Hopefully, it comes out soon.
What's the new sound?
How can I describe it? I think it's it's house. It's still house, which is the stuff that I DJ. I would say it's kind of techie house, but there's some kind of spacey elements. I don't know if we could make up a genre here like spacey tech house or something like that.
It's about labeling again, Yeah.
Well, I should really stop this exactly, but yeah, I mean. Yeah, we'll hopefully have sign the contracts within the next week, so you'll hear all about it soon. Yeah.
Hey, you grew up in the UK, and what decided you to come live in Holland?
I really had a choice between Amsterdam, Berlin, and New York. I didn't really fancy Berlin. To me, that seemed slightly more techno-orientated. New York would have been difficult because of the visa situation, the bureaucracy and everything. And yeah, I really just chose Amsterdam. I really like the people here. I like the way that there's a culture of conversation and diplomacy and debate. I think it's really cool. I think that this country also really takes pride in its artists. Obviously back, the Dutch Renaissance, 17th century. So there's a real history here. And of course, for house music, Amsterdam's probably the world capital right now. So I hopefully made the right choice many years ago, to come here. Yeah.
What are your plans for the coming year? Or years?
I don't know if we really plan that far ahead. I don't know. I'd say just keep DJing, keep touring. I think eventually an album will have to come because we have a number of singles out, 5, 6 singles out. So the album would be the next logical step. And then, of course, you tour to promote the album as well. So that works together. Maybe in a combination with the DVJ thing with Pioneer. Yeah, there's a number of things. I mean, Floorplay at Club NL is still rocking. As I said, we had our 2-year anniversary. We're also looking at these one-off events here, Studio 80, with the bigger names, and it's kind of a natural organic growth. It's not like I'm gonna reinvent the wheel, but it just kind of keeps growing year on year, and that's as long as you have that, then you'll be okay. So.
You say producing wise, you talk about we. Who are you producing with?
It's a good question. I work together with a guy called Edgar Delf. He's a Dutch guy. Work together with him. There's also a guy, Dave Brickwood. We do a project, Paul Sparkes, Dave Brickwood. We always seem to have tracks which are names of food like salami and chips and potatoes. I think the new ones. Some terrible, terrible names, but the music's good, and that's what matters. So.
Is there another tour coming up, or?
Yeah, I'm playing in Seattle, Boston, San Francisco, and Tampa, Florida. I think it's 11th November through 15th November. Amsterdam dance event, obviously, in 3 weeks' time. Should be really, really good. So I'm playing with Sasha and Sander Kleinenberg at the Little Mountain Party, which should be great. We're doing the Music Junkie album launch, or the pre-launch of the album, the night before at Club NL in Amsterdam. Yeah, I go a lot to places like Sweden, Finland, Bosnia, Germany sometimes. It's just kind of continuation of what we're doing, really. So a few festivals in England this summer. It's been really good, really busy, So.
Sounds great. One last question. Floorplay. There are so many parties on the world, so many concepts. What is Floorplay about?
It's a very, very good question. I would say it's just, I mean, I feel just a music fan, and I just do what I love, and I would like to think my taste in music and my taste in running a night appeals to a certain niche of people. It's not for everybody. Everybody has their own view of music, but to me it's a very, very deep and passionate thing, and I really respect music, and I want to see it done right. That's why I started Floorplay, because I felt, I mean, I played at a number of parties, and I just figured I could do maybe something better myself. Yeah, so that's how Floorplay came about, and long may it continue, you know.
Thank you very much, Paul. I think we're going to do a little dance on Danny Howells' tune.
Yeah, the drinks are on you, right?
They are. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, Renske. All the best. Thank you.